we have a series of things we're going to talk about today with regards to health and wellness. We're going to speak from a natural perspective. I myself am a nutritionist, dietitian, herbalist, botanist, whatever kind of is you want name, but my teacher was is Dr. Sebi, and as you know, he won a case against the FDA. And this is the only such case which I've accomplished. I have Newlife have a track record. We have hundreds of persons often, not by us, but by their physicians over the last 7 years. So persons are reaping the benefits of healing, of health. Like the Bible says in Psalms 104 and 14, God made the grass for the cattle, and He made the herbs for the service of mankind. So part of this discussion today is to strengthen that statement or to build on that statement. We should service our body with herbs. He didn't say go to the pharmacy. He didn't say go to the slaughterhouse. He said service your body with herbs. And so when we get sick, we need to ask ourselves, have we been obedient to that? Will we servicing our body with herbs? And so the first topic is I'm going to understand is obesity. And we can see here that it says it's bigger, better in the Bahamas. That's the question that it says heart disease is one of the top 5 causes of death in the Bahamas. And I always say I remember an era where healthy people were majority and sick people were minority. And now today, the table is turned. And healthy people is the minority and sick people is the majority of the populace. I had a consultation with a gentleman yesterday, and he came to me and he sat opposite me in my office in Freeport. And he said, Mr. Moncur, I heard that you have the solution for cancer, and I have prostate cancer, but I want to make a decision today whether I do the radiation and the hormonal shots or whether I go natural. So I look at this form and I say, oh man, this is the easiest consultation. This is a slam dunk consultation for me. This is over. This is finished. He said, how come? I spent $50 for the session. I said, this is over for me and then it's over. This is a slam dunk. I said, why? I said, look what you put on your client profile sheet. Look what you put Bishop, what side? This one over. All we need to do is go to Psalms 103. And it's over.
You're supposed to go Psalms 103.
Anybody could go in with their head. Bless the name of the Lord. Call upon His name.
Amen.
All that is within me. Call upon the name of the Lord. Forget not His benefit. And He will take away all of thy iniquities. He will take away all of thy diseases. He didn't say some of the disease. He didn't say with the exception of fibroids or with the exception of prostate cancer, with the exception of breast cancer, with the exception of diabetes. He didn't say that. We see that 50% of Bahamians are considered overweight. 20% of this is obese or above the ideal body weight. And it says if you consume more calories than you burn, that's an indication that you're overweight, whether you want to accept that or not. Obesity places you at risk for heart disease, cancer, gallbladder disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and other health-related issues. Now, we home in on this here. If you consume more calories than you burn, then there's a more indication that you may be overweight. Now, the reason why I choose that point there is back in the day, we didn't live what we call a sedentary lifestyle. Right? We walk to the bus stop, like me. We walk to the farm. We walk to the beach. Today we have these amenities, and because of technology and because of wealth, we're better off in this society now. A lot of us, not going with the silver spoon now, but a better way of living where you can sleep in air conditioning. You don't have to sweat no more. You can wake up in the morning, and you don't have to go outside in the morning. You could go straight in the garage, go in your car, turn the air conditioner on. So by the time your garage opens, you only see the sun yet. You're still in the AC, and so when you reach the work, you make 2 steps, and you're in the office, in the air conditioner again. And so that right there shows like simple as sweat. In the wisdom of God, He created us with pores. And you sweat, perspire. I don't think nobody have more power with The next topic is diabetes. I don't think no one right now in the Bahamas will talk more power with regards to the authority of health than the Minister of Health. And according to the Minister of Health, let's see what he has to say. Diabetes is now considered a national epidemic. This couple of years ago, when he made this. It is the 5th leading cause of death for all ages. All ages. There are 29.2 deaths per 100,000 persons annually due to diabetes. According to the Honorable Terry Gomez, Minister of Health, in order to bring the levels down to a manageable level, diabetes deserve special attention. So, by him to say, to bring it down to a manageable level is an admittance. It's an admittance that currently is not manageable.
Excuse me, the diabetes is the fifth cause of death. It's the first cause.
Yes, ma'am. Heart attack. Right now, cancer is cancer used to be a rare disease. Now cancer is I've seen it in my office almost daily. Young and old people coming to me with cancer. Wow. What's the day today? Okay. What do I do, doc? And you take medication. I said, okay, that's fine. How long have you taken medication for? For the rest of my life. Okay. I said, okay, that's fine. What do I take? Okay, take the glucophage that might on. Eat this, eat that. The dietitian, with the dietitian, eat this. That's you. I said, okay, that's me, fine. I personally believe, you don't have to agree with me, but I believe personally, the 11th, right? The 11th of August 2015, me coming to you. The 11th of August 2030, I should not be worse than when I came to you. Or I could live 30 years later, or 15 years later, I could live with me being in the same state when I walk to you. I can live with that. I can live with, if I have diabetes still, but it has not progressed. It's in the same state I was in. Because I followed everything you said, and you've saved my life. And I can live with you telling me that there's no cure for it. There's research in science to look for a cure for diabetes mellitus. There's research out there, and it's not come yet. And I can live with you. I can live with that, and I can live with you telling me that. And I look at you as a savior to me because you saved my life. You have prevented diabetes from progressing, right? And you have showed me what to eat. So you have saved me a lot of heartache and pain. Even though I'm spending my money for 15 years, I can live with spending my money and getting results insofar as it's not progressing, right? But that's not the case. That's not the case because I had a cousin that was taking medication for 15 years with diabetes, and she didn't believe in nothing he was doing. And I saw a PMA eating hot dogs. And I said, why are you eating hot dogs? She said, my dietitian told me I need proteins for diabetes. Yes, ma'am. And she was drinking artificial juice, and they told her the artificial juice, she needed that to keep her sugar intact or whatever. I said, but you are not artificial. So why would you put some artificial in a real body? So, when I went to her funeral, she was in a coffin, 2 legs off. They charge her $5,000 to toe first. I told her she might as well give me pliers and let me clip her toes off and cauterize it and throw salt in it. Rather than $5,000, and then when they run out of toes, they cut her 2 knees off. She was in a coffin, obese, fat like this, 2 knees off, cut off. And when they checked, when her daughters checked out the cabinet in the bathroom, she had 13 different medications. Some had just got refilled. And on her death certificate, it had diabetes, she died from diabetes complication. See my point? 15 years later. So one of 2 things happened there. Either the doctor should be charged with malpractice, negligence, or iatrogenics, death by medicine, or the medication didn't work, or both. Now, that's one story. There are hundreds of stories like this happening right now. We're talking about the murder count 92. How much people diabetes and killed for the year? And you know what's so sad? You could go to somebody's funeral who died from diabetes, and we'll go to the reception, eat the same food, we'll put them in the box. Because of ignorance. You just don't know. You don't know. And that is why this is so important today. You see what I'm saying? So this information, you have to let it resonate. You can't let it go in this ears and come up to the other ears. Diabetes is not caused by God. We have to remember that. God didn't make human beings to get sick. You have a right to born healthy, live healthy, and die healthy. We are not living today, we are dying. We need to get back to living. So I'm saying, somebody with diabetes, when they come to my office, especially a man, you don't have to tell me that. So I know exactly what's going on. I know you're impotent. I know you're half blind. You could imagine a man who can't have sex for 5 years. Imagine how miserable he is on your job. Imagine if he's your boss. He's a woman home. So he has to express his masculinity. Don't let another young fella say, boy, you killed my wife last night. You ain't want to hear that. You see what I'm saying? So sickness plays a serious role in the social society, the social fabric together. It plays a role. And we don't even have to go into the side effect of these medications. We don't even go there. So, what is the answer? Because we're going to talk about the food. What is the answer for diabetes? It's very simple. And I'm going to keep going to these scriptures because I'm not the healer. I'm the messenger. God is the healer. And when you eat mango, everybody knows you're in the bathroom, right? Let's go. What else? What else in the bathroom? Avocado. All of these fruits and the sugar in these fruits do not harm the pancreas because the pancreas recognizes the sugar that's in these fruits, and you will never get diabetes. This is why diabetes was almost non-existent when your great-grandparents was around. You didn't hear about no diabetes, and if you hear about it, it was rare. So, what's going on today? Why is this proliferation of diabetes? Why everyone have it? It's getting to the point now where we accept, well, by the time I get 50, why you might have diabetes. We accept that. I see somebody died at age 60, and I asked the guy, so why did he die? He said, oh, he died. I said, what happened? All the doctor says old age disease. I said, but yeah, diabetes has become an old age disease, but what's so ironic is they call it age 60 old age disease. When it used to be 160, and that contradicts the word of God because he promises what?
Just go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? So we need to behave ourselves. So the food, we have to reintroduce it to this food. And trust me when I tell you it's not boring. It's not boring. Anyone here can eat the meat without putting salt or pepper on it? Anyone can do that? Let's be honest.
You probably do it, but you don't.
Okay. Because your body will recognize the blood and hydration. Remember we talked about you drinking a lot of juice. And we think that because we drink juice, our body is hydrated. And if we go back to obesity, if we consume a lot of calories, more calories than we burn, then we in a state not just for obesity, but also for heart disease and diabetes and cholesterol. Because one slice of macaroni, it requires 16 hours on a treadmill to burn it off. One slice of macaroni.
That's a Bahamian slice or American slice?
The Bahamian is worse. Okay?
Hunk.
I want you to do an experiment with me. Boil your fish and look at it. This is the size of your stomach. I put it right under your left breast. Put it on your left breast. That's where your stomach is. So what's this? Fat. Undigested fecal matter. Undigested fecal matter.
That's the size of macaroni.
Pus. Mucus. Debris. When John Wayne died, they found 40 pounds of beef in the store. 40 pounds.
Who? Is he a real cow?
Wait.
Okay, so let's focus on water. How to stay hydrated? When to drink? Drink before working. Sorry, supposed to be waking up. Loss of fluid. Drink before you get thirsty. Drink at regular intervals. So don't wait until you get thirsty to say, I will drink a cup of water. And it's not the day now that we are in. It's not just okay to drink water no more. You have to make sure that the water you drink is alkaline water. So the water should have a pH of 8.5 and up. It refreshes itself. But we did a test on that water, and the water had a pH of 7.4, so it was naturally alkaline. So I would encourage persons to drink. And you know what's so amazing with God and nature with work? If you take a dynamite, you blow a hole in the well, and you drink that water from the well, the water gonna have give you stones, and it's calcified, have a lot of calcium and lime in it, right? But if nature created natural spring water, the trees filtrating that water, you don't get stones. Isn't that amazing? Think about that.
So the drill truck drill down to the
That's man-made well.
Uh-huh.
You see, but when nature created a well, through the natural
so
law,
even though that man-made well is over 30 years old.
well, that's has become 30 years old, and moss, which have a lot of oxygen in it. Moss, as a matter of fact, moss is one of the highest form of oxygen for us. Once the moss starts to grow on it, and the trees start to send its roots in the ground, help, it becomes into the vein. So over time.
Okay, so nature takes it back.
Yeah, nature takes in time.
Okay.
But we had no well, such well that the whole community drank from, and nobody developed stone. We had a well like that in the community I grew up with. So we need to try and get back to that. Now it's Nassau, because the vein is compromised, and I see now they have the drain. This is the only country I see where they use the drain. It goes back into the vein, the reservoir of water. In other countries, the drain goes into the ocean. And so all that contaminated sludge goes back in the drinking pool. And so they rectify that, they put chlorine or fluoride in the water, which is cancer causing. And so when you bathe in the water, don't care what kind of diet you want, you still end up with cancer. So it's like you can't win for losing. So the best thing to do is try to keep your immune system up. Alright? So there's so much different type of water in the market, and most people doing it for money. I asked a gentleman who owned a water company, what's the pH on his water? He said, what's pH? I said, never mind.
But he's saying even if you're using the water atopically for bathing, and that you can still place you in respiratory.
Yeah, and that's why I said don't never put nothing on your skin, but you can't put in your mouth and eat.
So the a lot of the homes have man-made wells
Yeah.
that are over 30 years old.
Yeah,
And
I don't know if
homes
in
have the
Nassau.
pump and all that stuff.
Right there, Nassau.
Nassau, they have a lot of pumps, right?
Okay.
I think my question is,
No, but see, the pump is contaminated now because the vein
is
and the pollution is going into that water.
Okay.
You see, and I see people treating the water that they're drinking with chlorophyll pills.
Yeah.
I see people doing that. But sometimes you bathe in the water, you can smell the bleach, like, you know, it's crazy what's happening, you know. And so the best thing to do is to build our immune system so that it could cushion or lessen some of the damage. And you wonder why cancer is on the rise in the Bahamas.
Go outside and go.
That's the best thing to do, and try to educate yourself. And even if you do take incremental deduction.
Yeah.
This is one of the ways, hydrating yourself. Now what to drink? Water is always the best thing to drink. Lightly flavored, natural flavored beverage with a small amount of sodium or salt is an optional. It's an option. Sea salt, the alkaline water. Coconut water is another option. But make sure it's the green coconut, not the gold coconut.
What's the difference?
The gold coconut is loaded with sugar, it's sweet. And it's made, the Philippines made that. That's not natural.
So
Green coconut is natural coconut. The gold is not natural.
The coconuts on the tree,
Still
why
natural
they get
sugar, right?
brown? So are you saying once they get brown, you should drink the water?
No, I'm talking about.
What you mean the bar?
Yeah,
The bar,
yeah.
you said the yellow, not
Yeah.
yellow bar. the
Yeah, the
natural
green, yeah, the natural green coconut. It's two types of coconut. Yeah. And so, what not to drink? Avoid high sugary drinks, soda, and some fruit juices. Alcohol and caffeinated beverages should also be avoided. Drink at least every half hour to stay hydrated. And the key is to go swimming. When you go into salt water, your body gets a lot of minerals through your pores by going to the salt water. It's the reason why God blesses us with all this ocean around us. Some of us can't even swim, and we in the Bahamas.
Okay.
That's a shame.
What's the same color this one?
Yeah. So swimming is good, a good way of getting magnesium, potassium, sodium, bromides into the system, which is alkalizing minerals, which is going to help your body to become alkaline, help your body to be in a less sympathetic mode or stressful mode. So, and once that happens, we know stress, what that causes. That's a whole nother topic. So the key is with water, try to drink a lot of water. And don't ask me how much water to drink. Because I hear people say drink 8 glasses of water a day. No, that's not true. If you look at a baby, I have a 1-year-old child, son, and he tapped my shoulder and pointed at the water. And when I feed him the water, when he's full, he push it away. So when a grown man or grown woman comes to me and says, how much water should I drink?
Drink it before you do it.
You need someone to tell you. You mean the time you don't know when you're full? You don't know when you're quenched thirst? You need someone to tell you how much water to drink? It's relative to your work activity, to how much sun, how much water to perspire. It's relative to that. So you guys can't say drink a glass of water a day. You can't find a diseased body, reversing it to its intended alkaline or God-given state. Alkaline is just a fancy way of saying that the body is losing acidity and is gaining moisture and is gaining oxygen. The body is losing carbon dioxide and gaining oxygen. Where there's oxygen, there's life. That's all the same in the fancy way, alkaline. That your body is receiving the maximum amount of oxygen and is getting moisture. That's a healthy body. Flexibility. The body is super. There's proper circulation occurring in the body. And if you have calcification, which is mucus that is turning hard like rock, that forms arteriosclerosis, which is part of arteries. If you have an issue where you have fluid retention, all of these things impair the function of the liver and the kidneys, which in turn create an acidic state. One meal in, one meal out, like the bird. We so used to not stooling, when the bird stool and anchor, we get mad. The bird have a healthy bowel movement. Him and the baby have the same thing in common. Sometimes you change the baby pampers, and before the glue dry, he's a stool again. But we suck our teeth, because we don't stool, we stool once a week. And if you stool once a week and you eat a meal 3 times a day, 3 7s at 21, so you're walking around with 21 meals in your stomach. I know some people didn't use stool for the month. Some 3 months. And which thing causes cancer? Same thing with a car, when it overheat, when it back up. The plumber can tell you, when your toilet is backed up, you need to get snake up. You need to snake the inside of the body up. And we have some things that can snake you up that we introduce you to today. It can snake you up. We have some things that are going to help with circulation. We have some things that's going to restore the blood. That's going to rinse 32 trillion cells in your body. It's going to rinse it. You're going to take things on your body that's been there from you as a little girl or a little boy. It's going to take it out of you. That's why you can't Febreze.
I need all the things, but I don't see your big suitcase.
Be prepared, right? I'm told. Be prepared. Be good stuff. Okay. Now, the immune system. The immune system. As we get to the nitty-gritty. A poor immune system may result in arthritis, osteoporosis, degenerative disease, heart disease, fatigue, exhaustion, frequent injuries, and more. Now, if we keep this in mind, then out goes genetics. Because if you're going to tell me that genetics dictates my disease, or I have an ailment because my daddy had an ailment, so don't care what I eat, I'm going to get sick. What about if I have a strong immune system? Am I still going to get sick? If my immune system is at optimum, if I control my stress and I live my life consistent with the cellular predisposition or with the cosmic arrangement that God put in place for us, if I follow this plan, this program, and my immune system is at optimum, do I still get a disease that my father and my mom had? This teaches us otherwise. Many factors affect our ability to receive the optimum amount of nutrition, including the body's ability to absorb nutrients from one's food. Herbs can provide concentrated forms of vitamins and minerals in a highly absorbable form. Along with whole food diet, herbs are nutritious building blocks upon which to build a healthy immune system. Now, the digestive system. There's no coincidence that God put 80%, 75 to 80% of your immune system in your gut. Did you know that your gut has its own nervous system, separate from the central nervous system, called the enteric nervous system? And guess what? This nervous system works independent from the brain. As a matter of fact, the nervous system in your gut sends most of the signal to the brain, not the other way around, which is the only place that happens in the body. And this needs to happen because the central nervous, the gut, the digestive system needs to make its own choices. need to make split decision choices. Because the gut, say, listen, you ain't gonna blame me for no disease, because whatever enters your bloodstream enters in through food, what the gut releases into the bloodstream through the small intestines. In other words, anything that comes out of the environment have to get in your bloodstream through the gut. So when you eat something and it goes through your saliva, what will get kill you? Get killed from the hydrochloric acid down here. That is why I recommend that whenever you eat your food, before you eat your food, always eat something bitter. Whether you drink bitters or you just put the bitters on your tongue, because it's going to stimulate the gastric juice from your stomach and the digestive juice and enzymes in the stomach for proper digestion. That's why people eat salads before they eat. You look at some tradition, they have what they call entrees or hors d'oeuvres. It's something bitter they try to do, or even bitter wine, to stimulate digestion, because they know some of the food is going to be difficult. And sometimes the body have to do load shed, because a lot of food that we eat cannot digest, and the body uses most of the energy to digest food. So if you eat food like white rice, macaroni, peas and rice that cannot digest, then the body have to put you to sleep. That's why you go to sleep when you eat these food, because the body can't sit up to do load shed. The body said, listen, I can't digest and
Keep going.
okay? So that's what happened. That's why people have the stroke and the body is at the maximum capacity. Yes, sir.
The other point too is, I guess, we don't chew up our food enough either to break it down into small pieces.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things. That's one of the things. But if you look at some of the food like corn, when you eat corn, the whole corn comes right back in your stool, right? Right? Anybody ever eat corn in here?
Yeah.
You see when you eat corn, it comes back up?
Why is that?
Because the body don't recognize it. It don't digest. And a lot of food also don't digest. That's why we have this. But instead of the body killing you right on the spot, it allows the colon to stretch, to give you some time to try to get the stuff out, so it don't kill you right away. So basically, this is the body trying to save your life. Thank God for fibroids. Thank God for prostate cancer. Thank God for cancer. Thank God for diabetes, hypertension. These diseases are the body telling you, I've reached a threshold. I'm trying to save your life. I have to increase your pressure because your body's in an anaerobic state. There's not sufficient oxygen in your body for the brain to function. So I need to pump more blood to get more oxygen to the heart to save your life. And as I pump more blood, you have hypertension. You see what I'm saying? So thank God for hypertension. If it wasn't for hypertension, we'd be dead instantaneously, or diabetes. All of these things are the body reaching a threshold, trying to save our life. Disease is not inconvenience to you. Disease is the body trying to hold on to life, trying to survive. That's why it's called dis-ease. The body's not at ease. Fibroid tumor is only a bump of pus that turn hard, the body harden it so it won't contaminate the whole uterus. The same thing with prostate. The body is trying to say, you know what, I don't want to contaminate this whole prostate gland or this whole uterus, so let me harden these toxins. And so it don't contaminate everything. You start to count 1 fibroids, 2 fibroids, prostate is enlarged, all these things that happen, but because of food and stress plays a role too. The cortisol that we release in our food, all of this is linked to that. And that is why I brought the food today. And these products will show you that it's a system. It's not just selling products. At Newlife, we don't push products on people. It's not about the products, it's about lifestyle. The first thing I have to do is bring you to the realization where you live by your daily bread. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. Live your life now, today. Because you may be diagnosed with cancer, and your doctor may give you 3 months to live prognosis, but there's somebody without cancer who's completely healthy, who's gonna die before you. Don't worry about, just live your life. You know what I'm saying? So stress plays a serious role. Mortgage, all of us in bars now because of crime. When we go home, we in cave. We can't. All of this stress is wreaking havoc on our system because once your body is stressed out, the immune system shuts down. The digestive system shuts down, so your body cannot digest food. That's why we have a food list. Certain food we do not recommend. Like oatmeal, we don't recommend oatmeal because this is why there's so much sickness. How could somebody with diabetes eat carrots and expect to get healed? When carrots will get somebody without diabetes. Because the base of carrots is sugar and starch. It's man-made. Carrot do not have a seed. They don't have a seed. So how can it self-produce if it don't have a seed? Wait, come eat our meat. It's an abomination. Like he said, if God didn't make it, don't take it. But ignorance, we don't know, and that's why we sick. And that's why I applaud you guys for doing this, because this is the first step into getting your life and taking your life back. The decision you make today is how you are 10, 15 years from now. Do you want to be on medication? Do you want to die with a machine going beep, 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 beep? The last person you see before you die should not be a man in a white coat and a stethoscope. Your family. You choose the way you die like the elephant. The elephant will walk to the graveyard and say, okay, time for me to go. That's how we should die. In our sleep. Not fighting for life. I've been to the bedside of people and I see them die. My dad died from cancer. He was holding on for life 15, 20 years ago. He was holding on. Begging, trying to hold on to his life. That's not of God. That's of the devil. We're not supposed to die like that. Good people. People who have so much to contribute to the country and die and we can't do nothing. Not helpless that is. That is not of God. Because He said, I'll take away all of your diseases. Not some. Every single one. Eating healthy. Bring me to that. Alkaline. Below 7.0. 7 is neutral. 7.0. This is neutral. Above 7.0, 7.1 and up is alkaline or made by God. Alkaline, electric, or living food. That's all it means. When you go below 7.0, 6.9 and low, you're in an acid state. The lower you go, the more deadly it is. The lower you go. For instance, if you put something in your mouth with a pH of 1, you're dead on the spot. 2, couple of minutes. Garlic is 3.3. Very acid. Cranberry juice, acid. Soy milk, acid. You see what I'm saying? So, the key for optimizing your vitality, right? Keeps tissue. I can take questions as I wrap. I take some questions. Keeps tissue healthy, reduce inflammation, increases your energy, decrease the risk. Listen, decrease the risk of diabetes and other chronic ailments, keeping the body alkaline in that God state. In that state that God wants us to be in. Acid-forming foods include a lot of the hybrid grains like rice, grits. Remember that grits come from corn. The same corn with the body parts that you grind up and eat and try to treat your body. Beans, meat, dairy products, fish, fast food, processed food. Right? Now the alkaline forming food are fruits, vegetables, herbs, nuts, seeds, herbal teas. Now 15, 20 years ago, I could leave that just like that. I can't do it today because man, because of greed, has entered and they created genetically modified food, GMOs. And if that's not bad enough, already having the hybrid foods. A lot of these foods are linked to disease also. Because now what we have to do at Newlife, we have to tailor-make and fine-tune the vegetable. It's very simple. All we are doing at Newlife is picking out the food, the vegetables, the fruits, the herbs, the nuts, the seeds that is made by the hands of God, that came with creation. Those are the food that we say is good for you. The food that was made in the laboratory, let me give you an example. There's a plant called sarsaparilla, or brita. The active ingredient in this plant is iron fluoride. But what the scientists did was they took iron fluoride in the laboratory from this plant, because they can't patent the plant, and it cost them 1 cent. Listen to me, 1 cent to make 100 capsules. And they sell it to you in the form of trihemex. Now, you may get about 5 to 10% iron from the trihemex, but it's going to constipate the system. It's what we call ferrous sulfate, it's oxide form of iron. That they use the same iron, trihemex, that they give you females, they use it to build bridges and they condition the lawn with. They're giving you this. Why go through this when you just let you drink the bird up tea or eat the bird up root and build your iron up? I had a lady, she was on Pampers. She was losing a lot of blood. She didn't want to do the surgery for 5 months in Freeport. 3 weeks she was in G-string. She went from Pampers to G-string. Right? So how did we do that? We give her estrogen and we build her iron up from 6 to 12.5 in 7 days. Just the plant. Just the plant. The doctor called her in and tell her she needs to do a blood transfusion. Come in. You will fall out and die and do the blood transfusion right away. And she came with her mom and her husband to me. And her blood is normal. Her blood is normal. No trihemics, none of this. See, you can't patent that. You can't patent the plant. But if you take 1 cent to make 100 capsules and you sell them, let's say $60 to 60 million people, do the math, what's going on? It's like you're making money out of thin air. So now health come out the door. It's not about health no more. It's about the money, you see. It's always been about that.
How come fish end up on the red side?
Well, fish is here, but fish is a transitional food. When the first thing we do, we take you off shell foods. That's no. But with the fish, we transition it. We don't take you off fish. You transition. It's a transition because when you start drinking the sea moss, it kills your appetite and it feeds itself. Remember, your stomach is the biggest of your fist. So once your stomach gets fed, I don't think there's anything out there that smells worse than fish when it's rotten.
Keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you see that. These are some of the foods here. Okay, so now we act now when we come to off in the kitchen, some of these stuff. This is the African bio-mineral balance, and I think everybody in this room should be very proud of this because this is not about me, this is not about Newlife, this is about the black African people setting the stage for the world. We did this. In 1987, Dr. Sebi was arrested in New York and 3 charges was brought against him. Practicing medicine without a license, using products not approved by the FDA, and claiming to cure AIDS, another disease which is a fraudulent claim. The judge told him he would have to bring 1 disease for every disease that he put in the paper. He put an ad in the Village Voice, the Amsterdam News, and the Washington Post, and he cured these diseases. It was 9 diseases in total: Alzheimer's, cancer, AIDS, diabetes, hypertension, cancer, whatever. It was 9. Paralysis. He had 13 people.
Paralysis?
Yes, he had 13 people tied up in the grass. Was one of those. We had 13 people came forth with diagnostic sheets, papers, because the judge wanted to see papers from accredited medical institution to say that this person was HIV positive. After the invention, they're negative. This person had cancer. After the invention, no longer have cancer. So they wanted to see 9 people in court. Guess how many people show up in court with papers?
Over 100.
Only standing room. 77 people showed up in court with papers in their hand. The judge had to hold their head. He won the case in 1987. But how come we never heard about this? You can imagine. Think about a judge, the FDA, and the jury, right? And one of the charges was AIDS, claiming to cure AIDS. Now ask yourself this. What evidence did Dr. Sebi present to the court that he won the case on that charge? That's something to think about. Magic Johnson was leading a campaign last month where he was giving blood. Magic Johnson giving blood.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson was diagnosed with HIV in 1991. Don't take no medication. He giving blood. What evidence did Dr. Sebi? So we as black people, all of us should be proud of what this black man did. All of us should hold our head up high. The African bio-mineral balance is a science that prevailed against the state. It defeated the FDA. Remember, he went against the FDA and he won. Because prior to the African bio-mineral balance, there was only, let's say it together. You had the Ayurvedic. Everyone know the Ayurvedic modality? Because you have many different vernaculars of healing. You have the Ayurvedic, which is Indian, right? They use ghee or milk as their form of healing from cow. Then we have the macrobiotic, which is what? Japanese, which use chiropractic and different stuff. Then we have the yin yang, which is Chinese. Then we have the naturopathic, homeopathic, and the allopathic, which is all European. Allopathic being the chemically system or traditional medicine that we know today that uses the premise of germ, virus, and bacteria, and also use the premise of cutting and slicing the body open and says that, you know, if there's a disease, you burn, cut, or poison. And we'll be against that because if the human body is supposed to be open, we have to be born with zip on it. But all of these All of these modalities that I mentioned, the Indian, the Chinese, the Japanese, and the European, these are the school of thought that prevailed for as long as time we know medicine was in existence. What about the black people? That's what he asked the court. He said, Judge, Your Honor, when you removed the black man out of Africa, did you bring his food with him? The judge said, no, but what you don't have to do anything. Your freedom is on the line. If you lose this case, you're going under the jail. He said, Your Honor, I don't have to do with everything because the polar bear is being fed gorilla food. He won the case. 1987. And this is a science that we should all be proud of because this is the only science that uses carbon-based food. If you take a blowtorch and you hold up carrots, a stick of carrot, and you burn that carrot, it will not turn into charcoal because there's no carbon in it. The human body is carbon-based. But if you take a piece of wood and burn that wood, it will burn into charcoal. So any food that is natural, like wild rice, that burn it have carbon. Circulation is removing so much waste in the system. This keep the homeostasis. It's also good for prevent us from the brain's fat. So you want to lose weight, and you want to have issues with the steroids. And once you take this, you don't need vitamins. You don't need to take vitamins to take this. I can go on and on with this, on and on and on and on. You can even put this in smoothie. Put some almond milk in the smoothie. Get your almond milk, get a couple of teaspoons of this. Blend it up with some natural bananas, some strawberries and some black blueberries, and yes, you make a smoothie with it. Very, very good. This renovates the body. And a lot of us dilapidated. We need some renovation. This renovates. This restores the blood. It's a blood cleanser. And there is no place in your body your blood don't go. There's no place you can tell me your blood don't go. So if your blood is clean, if your blood is compliant, any number of different maladies could manifest. So here we have the dynamic. So your hypertension, most likely we recommend Sigmas, electronic chelation. And I don't see the blood barrier.
So, I have a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
You served this special that's something to do with iron. Something that gave reference to for men. You are supposed to do all iron deficient, so wouldn't that kind of boost iron to an unstable level for males?
You could never ever overdose of iron. Never ever. Once it's natural iron. I'm not talking about vitamin B, this SS tonic and trihemex, which is ferrous sulfate, which is an oxide or artificial form of iron. The iron that is derived from plants will never. If you overdose of that iron from God, from nature, wherever you end up, I won't be. Seriously, because overdosing of iron is like overdosing on oxygen by breathing, saying, "Oh, I breathe too much oxygen today." See what I'm saying? Yes. Iron is what carries oxygen, the source of life. And every time you inhale oxygen, you let off carbon dioxide, which is used oxygen. So, all iron is the key to life. As a matter of fact, that's a good question you asked. As a matter of fact, you can take iron and you don't have to take no other minerals. But you could take different 101 mineral and exclude iron and you die. Iron is magnetic. It's the only magnetic mineral. It pulls other mineral that is efficient together. The proportion of that balance. You see what I'm saying? The spinach and the asparagus, you tell people eat them sparingly. And when you eat it raw. Don't eat it cooked. And because it has what you call oxalic acid, and that interferes with the assimilation of calcium.